Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Stamping Flair. Thanks for joining me. My name is Rochelle Laird-Smith, and I'm from Melbourne. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and you are joining me for my free online class, which I have quite regularly. I had one last Friday, and they do vary in times. I just try to fit in and where I can. So thank you for joining me today. What we are going to be doing is I'm going to make 4 cards, and they're going to be birthday cards. We all need birthday cards, and at the start of the year I think it's good to have some birthday cards, and they are varied, so you will have a good stash for which you can create, and some ideas which I hope help you. We will be also using, I wonder whether you guessed this, the in colors. Mainly my focus is on the 2022-2024 in colors, and I'll be sharing them with you as we go along. So the 4 cards we will be creating today, but before I go, I'm just going to make sure I'm in the right place and that I am streaming on my Facebook page. Please say hello if you are watching with me, and happy Australia Day. And perhaps you have the day off. Let me know what you're up to. So it's technically my last day of holidays today. I'm back to school on Monday. Join me this afternoon at 2:30. I will be sharing another class at Geeks 19. It's the Sale-A-Bration class, so I hope to see you there. So these are the 4 cards we will be making. So they are varied, and you're going to get a good selection. So I hope you can see them. So we've got one. Let me show you that. It's going backwards when I'm trying to show you, like I have to think backwards. So I will give you lots of tips and tricks, but how my online classes run is when you place an order with me, and at the moment, so it's within a time frame. So any orders placed by the 29th of February, so that's Monday, so you can place it up to 11:59. I don't mind. If you're placing it online. If you want me to place it, please give me a call early so I can do that for you. And any orders that are over $90, you're going to get the kit to make the 4 cards. So yes, there's a long bit there as well. I will probably fold that for you, but you will get a kit to make 4 cards. So there's one, your second one, or whichever order. There are no stamped images. We can't include stamped images, but you will get any DSP cardstock, any embossed cardstock, any die cut pieces that haven't been stamped, because it's a bit hard if I die cut it and then you have to stamp it. But any like sentiment pieces or any major large pieces embossed, I provide all that for you. So this is free. My classes are normally $30. You're getting this free with order of $90. If your order bumps up to $150 or at $90, you also get to choose the Sale-A-Bration reward. So that's something you get from Stampin' Up, which is from this catalog, which I shared with you. But if you missed it, I want to run through it again, because sometimes you hop on lives and you may not see everything. You might go bits and pieces. So that catalog, everything is free. So there are some at $90, some at $180. So when your order reaches $90, you're going to get that. You can choose a product. When your order reaches $150, I'm going to throw in a full pack of these in color pearls as well for you. Now, at $90, you also get 2 tutorial bundles with PDF tutorial bundles. That's around 50 or over 15, probably close to 60 tutorials. Now, did you catch my class last night or my Facebook Live last night? I created this card. if you haven't, go back and watch it. It was fun. This is my first card. I basically opened up like the stamp set and played with it the first time. So I go catch that what I made last night. Alright, so I'm going to put back the cards in my pack so I know what belongs with what. And I'll first show you them so you get a better view. When I turn my camera around, give you a different angle. Hope you're having a good morning. So these are the 4 cards. There's a bit of some techniques and things which I will show you how to do. So that's our 4 cards today. First one is going to be that pretty sweet sorbet one. So we got that one. And so what I pull out of this envelope is what you're going to get, and you're also getting ribbons, and you'll get your embellishments. So we're having a Coastal Cabana card base. Just finish that with your bond folder. You get an embossed piece of cardstock, the timber embossing folder. Then you're going to get a punched out circle for your stamping, and you're also going to get a layering circle. So these all come in your little kit when your order is $90. You'll get some DSP and bits for stamping, and your ribbon, which I will show you. I just haven't cut it at the moment. So the stamps that we're using is the Circle Sayings stamp set. So this goes with the excuse me, 2 and 3/8 inch circle. So, and it also marries up with the little ones. We have the smaller circles and things. So we've got a few circle punches. So this is mainly with this, a bundle in our annual catalog. I'm going to be using that floral image. Oh, my stamps have been moving around a bit. Welcome and thank you for joining me. Just as an introduction, my name is Rochelle and I'm from Stampin' Flair. I'm based on the Mornington Peninsula, and any products you order can be sent Australia-wide. And I also have PDF tutorials. I will have the PDF for this if you're interested, and that'll be $16, and you can purchase that globally. All right. I have all my PDFs are available for sale. All right, so let's get our inks all out. Lots of ink pads here. I've got Sweet Sorbet, so this is one of the ink colors. And I'm also going to be using an old olive marker, like a Stampin' Right marker. So this is water-based. Please don't use your alcohol markers on your stamps because they don't wash off. So use your water-based markers. You can color directly when they're going direct to stamp. So I'm going to just ink that up. And then I'm going with my marker. I'm going to use the brush side. Now the new markers do have, I'm using an old marker, but the new markers have a different tip. Okay, so I have not invested in them yet, but they're better. It has a brush tip. You can see the wide and more a pen tip. So I'm coloring in those leaves, which you can see. So I've basically stamped the whole thing and just going in with those leaves. You don't have to be too pedantic, but it will have a bit of a reddish, but it's going to go that browny color, which is... Now, when you're using photopolymer stamp, I recommend having a piercing mat under. It gives you some cushioning. Like photopolymer stamp is these clear see-through ones. My image just there was a bit softer, but that's okay. We'll go with colouring. Just going to colour in those leaves now with a light old olive stamping blend. Now this is an alcohol marker. Please chat with me if you're watching along. If you're watching on YouTube as well, or if you're watching on replay, please say hello. I'd love to know where you're watching from. And like the video if you do like it. It really helps me when I create, and it does encourage me. And I always respond as well. So I don't leave you to just write to me and forget about you. I always respond. Some people email me, or when I email my newsletters, and that makes me feel so good. It's such a lovely gesture. And I was going to put because you're awesome. No, we want the birthday one. It's hard to see upside down, right? Okay. Because you're awesome. That's the birthday one. So birthday cards, you can create a few of these and keep it so you... So I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Tuxedo Black. And I shall clean my hands before I get that everywhere. So we're going to glue that together. So the little circle on the big Coastal Cabana one. And that's from the Stylish Shape Styles. I've cut that outer circle. The next step I'm going to bring in is my Coastal Cabana Stampin' Art marker. So we use the Stampin' Art marker to color that, the leaves. I'm bringing in my Coastal Cabana Stampin' Art marker and a ruler. And actually, I'll leave that there. And the little banners. So these banners have been die cut from the Nested Essentials dies. So you will get all this in your kit. I'm going to take the brush end and just draw some lines across this, right? It's just, I'm creating my own paper. Now, when you start off, sometimes you get a bigger mark. So to avoid that, I'm starting off the banner. So have your ruler and then start off the banner. Then you'll get a neater look. And I'm just... when I say eyeballing, you can measure. Going with my gut here. And you can freehand this as well. That's a nice look as well. Maybe one more just on the corner. Yep. Just a touch. All right. So we've got our little banner done. We're going to layer that onto our designer series paper. This is the Be Mine designer series paper. So because it's sweet sorbet and it's just got some nice simple design on it, I'm using that and layering it. This floral piece is also part of the Be Mine. That's pretty cute. Not pretty cute, it is cute, but for today's class I'm using this side. So I do want to have this banner towards the left of my piece, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue up the top, and it's going to tuck in under this piece. So you're going to get all the DSP in your class when your order is $90, but you need to place it before Tuesday or by Tuesday. By Tuesday. If your order is under 250, please use the horse code. If not, don't. After above 250, you will get your own stamping rewards. Now we're going to glue all that onto our white embossed panel. Oh. We're going to attach our circle. I will put 4 dimensional. So our dimensionals are basically giving you a bit of height to make something pop up. So it is double-sided. You peel it off so it's sticky on both sides, and then peel the backing off. I love those colors together. Now I'm going to be using this ribbon. The ribbon is Pool Party, but the tones are the same. I didn't have Coastal Cabana, but it works. So I am got my scissors, looking for my, the elusive one. My desk last night was like crazy, so I did a major clean. Because when you're creating, I've run out of glue, like finished the glue in 1 week. That's how much I've made cards. Like it's my new bottle. You saw me open one the other day and it's gone. And Tom will last forever, normally. Not this time. So I just, to try and get it really, or to get it really tight, I give it, like, try and get my fingers in there, into the little loops, and then pull it. Then you get a cute little ball, which you can stick there. These are not my usual scissors for my fabric-y, but anyway. I'll give you a length of this ribbon as well, so you can use on your project. I'll give you more than what I use, so you don't have to fumble around. I overkill on ribbons sometimes. All right. That's a glue dot I'm just adding there just to our card. Embellishments. we use the sweet sorbet dots in this. This pack is good because even though they're excuse me, in colors, you can still use it on like it's tonal, because it's not, you can go with for instance, this would fit with like balmy blue, or the greens work with your granny apple green, or even a lot darker green like shaded spruce, depends on the project. And I'm going to, while I'm talking about it, I'm picking the wrong color. Like your purples and things, so it's not specific to those in colors. Now we'll glue that onto our card base. So this is my glue, which is still running, but it's, I can feel it light. Do you like this color combo? It's decorate as you wish. You might want to put some DSP in the inside. You may even, you could draw those lines for the inside, but I just wanted to run through the class. Maybe, let me show you. I'll clean that. And we could do one flower even. I'll see how we go on the white. Sometimes when it's wet, it brings out that color. I'll get my stamping red marker in Sweet Sorbet. Now, in lieu of doing it with the ink, just because I just wanted one kind of big flower. So color it in well. So we're going direct to stamp here. Color your leaves, and now I'm huffing on it with my breath, so warm, and it just activates that marker, right? And that's the inside done. Just a little cute little flower there, and I did the same on the envelope, or you can cover with DSP, whatever you like. But I just wanted to show you that. Just options for your inside, I like to always show. Right, so card one is done. I'll show you card number two while I just get that cleaned up. My stamps. So we'll be using the Cheerful Daisies bundle for this. The Cheerful Daisies is a stamp and die set which you can get in the annual catalog. So it's actually a suite. It's got paper and bits and pieces, so embellishments. Cover my glue. All right. So get our stuff for Cheerful Daisies out. This is what you'll get in your kit. You will get a crumb cake card base. This is copper clay, which is in color from this year, from last year, sorry, 2023-2025. You will get a piece of DSP. This is the in color DSP, which we get in packs of 6x6. You get in all our color ranges. So you'll get something in the copper clay, This is the Earthen Textures Designer Series paper. And I will cut that all out for you so you can... So I'm trying to pull that in so you can have a better look. Die cut, and this is for stamping. Okay, so we need Starry Sky. This is our in color, which I'm using on this project. And we're going to be using Parakeet Party. We've got the Cheerful Daisies stamp set. Get all my bits and bobs and the dies. So with this one, there's two ways. This is a two-step stamp. There's options with this. The dies, you can die cut the stamps and all that and create daisies just with the die cuts. There's also two-step stamping in here, which you can do. You can either do the outline first or you can do the inside first. Sometimes I find the inside easier to do first. It just seems to line up better for me. Now, try what works for you and see. One tip I do have for you is when you do two-step stamping, or when you any stamp, when you mount it, lay your stamp down and pick it up with the clear block. Oh, hi, Lucia. Sorry, thank you. You like the card. Thanks for joining me. So it just doesn't then, because you're die cutting it with a shaped die, it's not going to, sometimes you can pull the stamp out of shape a little bit when you're placing it. But if you pick it up, that's less of a risk. It's not so much a problem if you don't want to have a die cutting or anything like that, but just... So, there goes Starry Sky. I don't know, do you get Starry... Oh, goodness. Do you get Starry Sky daisies? I know why this is my piercing mat, that particular one. I think it's a bit warped on one side. I think I must have placed it under something. Okay, so it's beautiful as it is. So you don't necessarily have to have the outline, right? You can see that it's a daisy. I'm using Tuxedo Black just to give it an outline, but top tip, if you're in a hurry, don't bother with the outline. Not necessary. Sorry, I'm gonna get over it, and I'm trying not to get in front of the camera. Let me see if I stand. I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, that's better. I was on the wrong stem. Yeah, that's a nice vibrant daisy, the Starry Sky, isn't it? For the center, I'm going to use Wild Wheat, which is from last year in color. Again, now if you don't have the daisies, you can get it, or you can substitute with another color or another stamp set, and you can substitute with whatever you want, colors, anything like that. These are just suggestions, and I'm just here to inspire you and give you ideas, and hopefully something might help you along the way. Just tips, and maybe it might make you think of something in a different light. Now this is Parakeet Party. I'm just stamping 3 leaves. Now I do need the sentiment. I will give you the sentiment die cut, which I haven't included in here, but you will get it. I thought I had die cut it, but that's okay. You got that guy. Okay, let's stamp the sentiment, but I'll give you the die cut for that. That's easy enough. You can just stamp your sentiment in there. I'm taking one of my bigger stamps, but it's okay. When I'm doing, like, normally when I'm stamping a sentiment, I would stamp first and die cut after. When I send out my kits, I send them the label. But if you're at home and you have your own products, it just helps you align better, if you know what I mean. Like, you don't have to then worry about, oh, it's going to move, or you stamping it a bit crooked. You can just align the actual die correctly, because sometimes it's a bit hard. I get that. So the die that cuts this out is this one. So, and just how I store my dies, I store my dies separate to my stamps. Because sometimes dies have different, this is my thinking, dies have different shapes. So I have in a box my shaped dies at the front. They're not in alphabetical, they're not in any order, but all my basic, your stylish shapes, your everyday details, your those decals, circles, and anything like that is right at the front of my dies. Then I might have things like this, because if I'm looking for labels, then after that I have in alphabetical order as far as possible. And at the back I tend to have all my Christmas ones. So if during Christmas time I just go, okay, I can go straight for those. But I still use them during the year if they have like labels and stuff, but I just put my Christmas ones at the back so I know they are there and easy to find. But that's just how I sort my dies. I always have the shapes in front because I'm always using them, and it just helps you when you want to find a what do you call, a shape to fit something you're die cutting, and you go, oh, I need that. Where is my leaf? Excuse me, guys. Here we are. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna get a drink while I before I have a coughing fit. Sorry, that cough does not go away in a hurry, I tell you what. Alright, let's do some die cutting. I didn't die cut this earlier. I just thought, oh, because I had to show you stamping, and that's why I cannot include the images of the die cuts in your kit. So I'm die cutting 3 leaves. There's some other nice leaves as well, like more spriggy kind of ones. And that's how things go missing. That went flying under my desk. Alright, so we've got our daisy, our starry sky, daisy, 1 leaf, and we've got 2 more to do. So with these in colors, these are retiring. The 5 in colors that are retiring, we know they'll be gone, is Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, and Parakeet Party. So those 5 colors, anything including in those colors, like cardstock, refills, stamping blends, anything like that will definitely go. So if any of these colors you like, get them now or early. But if you get them now and like you may reach $90, you can get a Sale-A-Bration product as well. So why not? Because and especially if you have a ink pad, make sure you get the refill. Then you can extend that use. So this once the ink's gone, and the refills last forever. So it just gives you more value for money by getting that refill. That's a bit off, but I can cut that. Yeah, so just make sure you get that because early, because sometimes it may not, but like in general, the trend, I'm just going to move that and die cut the edge. The trend is it'll go. And because it's retires April, and then we get a new catalog. So buy around, yeah, don't wait. If you like these colors, and the Starry Sky Daisy is quite nice. I had a purpose in my brain, like when I was creating this, so I wanted to create in this blue, so I chose. But if you had said, would you pick a Starry Sky Daisy, I wouldn't have. So we've got our sentiment, we've got everything ready to go. I'm going to put my dies away before I lose them, because it's quite easy to grow legs. Okay, now this is the Nested Essentials dies. You get like the banner I did in the previous card. Same die set. Parakeet Party. Where are you? There it is, right in front of me. Okay, so we'll get Parakeet Party. I'm just gonna add some ink blending, just like going dark to light in ombre fashion. So load up your ink, your blending brush, start it off the page and off the shape, I should say, and go upwards. You can do it light. That's the best way to do it. Go light and then increase in Just keep going light and increase your color just little by little and taper it off. Then I'm just going to go from the top here, just a faint. It's still white, but I just don't want it to be stuck. Right. Now in that daisy stamp set, there is this, no, there isn't that, there's some, yeah, this one. This little cluster, or a lot of flowers, and I thought it's nice to just use for backgrounds as well. So ink it up, and I'm doing stamp off. I'm going to create it like this little, it's tone on tone. We're just adding some texture here by doing some of this detail. Alright, oh, that is not stamped off. Let's finish that off there. I forgot to stamp off, but I continued. Okay, now to assemble our card, we're going to glue our copper clay piece there. You can emboss it if you want. I didn't. You know how hard it was for me not to do that? I love embossing. So just leave an even border around and put that there. And then we're just going with this like a rust look. So this is the Earthen Textures Designer Series paper. And overlapping that. I'm going to glue this straight on. Now we'll put our daisy in this, place it on the card. I am going to put 2 dimensionals right in that center. That again, you know, I like to leave space. I'm just curling these leaves, just petals just a bit. Leaves me space to put my big ribbon. So I'm taking approximately, I'm just measuring on my thing, 60 centimeters of ribbon. And I will cut that in half. And then we'll tie a bow. It's going to be a fairly big bow, but just tie your regular bow and then you can adjust. It's just that I want it to go under the flower. Now I can adjust it accordingly. Okay, hasn't got the tails as long as my other one. Probably I might give you a bit more in ribbon or in twine, I should say. I somehow managed to make that super tight. It's not even getting bigger. Good job, Rochelle. I don't know how I did that. Oh well, that's the size of the bow. That's what it is on the day. And we can maybe just tuck that in there so it's not, we can still see it. Ideally I would have liked to have tuck it in further. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, so the tails are a little bit short on this one, but that, I'll give you a bit more. So probably I would say about 30, 60, about a meter maybe all up. That would work. But this is fine. Alright, now to add our little leaves. And you can do this, just the curling I'm doing, with a bond folder. It gives you a better curl. And I'm just going to add one sort of dimensional on the top, so it's going to hold that curl pretty much. Go like that. Make sure it's stuck down. Oh, might even adjust that. I think I have a smaller bow. I'm just thinking of placement, whether it could be in a different area. Not sure. It's like it's, oh, here we are. That's what I wanted to do. It's moving. It wasn't moving before. Just to get a bit of a longer tail I wanted. That guy's got all twisted. Sorry, I'm just, I want it to be nice. And then we can finish that up nicely. So I'm going to add another glue dot because the other one's lost somewhere on that bow. But we want it to stick properly. That's a little bit better. Okay, let me know what you think. Right, for our little pearls, let's get our Starry Sky pearls, 3 pearls. Add them in your triangular sort of shape. Alright, so card 2 is done. For the inside, I would probably, and we'll do the sentiment, I would do like Stamp the Daisy again, but I will put it on the side. And that would be how I'd finish off that card on the inside. Just the daisy, about a half daisy, same thing. As I was going to show you, we can do that. Starry Sky. like that, and it's a dark enough color to show up, which I think is nice. You can put a white inlay, and black. Again, no need of the black, but if you wanted to. And then we just have to put the, oops, hang on, where am I? This is interesting to line up, huh? The wild wheat in the center. Okay, that will do. Put that out of the way there. If I do some damage with that. The next card we're going to do is with Orchid Oasis, which is another pretty color. Oops. Okay, so card 2 is done. So that's the original, and that's the one we just did. And I'll bring out the next card so you can have a look while I'm doing my cleaning. This is a nice one too. I like it. I'm using some older stamp sets as well, so you may have some of these with you. So that's something. This is artistically inked. That's what it is. I had a few stamps we were using with the daisy when you got to clean it. We just got to clean it, otherwise I need a little, we say, fairy assistant. The sous chef, like that. We need someone on the side cleaning the stamps while we create. This is a chamois. It's you just wash it with water and cleans up. It's stained, but that's how it is. I go back in and put that in properly after. Okay. Oh, I knew I had cut that. Remember I said I think I cut it? I knew I had prepared it. It has on the floor now. It just escaped. That's just how those things are. They go. So that's ready for another card, huh? Sorry, I'm just cleaning. Alright, so with this card, you're going to get a Parakeet Party card base. You will get these die cut shapes. These are from the perennial postage dies. This is a new die set and a bundle we have. I will emboss that for you as well with the quarter foil embossing folder. A basic white, some delightful floral designer series paper. You will get this long bit there, and also some bits and pieces there. So before I lose bits like I did last time, I will keep that as reference. So we have that. And we'll do some stamping first, I think, of the flowers and die cutting. So I've got some basic white just scraps we can use. I'm going to show you, I think, do I have it? No, I don't have it. I was going to show, I will do another video where I'll show you. I have the garden meadow cards. I have a feeling I didn't show you guys the cards, but I do want to show that to you so you can see what you get in that class. That's a pretty class. So this is the Artistically inked stamp set. We are going to be using Orchid Oasis as our color. So we've got the big flower, a medium, and a small. They can be used separately or together. And I am using them together today. Okay, so we'll get, this is a cling stamp, so I don't need the piercing mat. It's going to have a nice cushioning on it. So incoming Orchid Oasis. And stamp. It is a washed image. And it's very pretty. I have to say, I took a little while to like that set. It wasn't probably my first go. You know, you take a while sometimes to like things. So 3 flowers stamped, ready to go. Put that there. Next we have, we'll get the dies out. So I'm going to show you this because you will get a piece of Parakeet Party which has been already die cut with this beautiful leaf image. We've got our 3 sets there. So I'm feeling that feels like it's right. Yep, that's it. It looks similar to Starry Sky, but I'm going to show you the colors together so you can see that it is different. I mean, I'll go, yeah, I know it's different. But it's like, so that's Starry Sky and that's Orchid Oasis. So that's more like, as you say, it's purpley. These are nice images, like, you know, you just want that all over filling kind of image. It's just oh, this is good even not as a flower. If you wanted to use it, this is another fun way to use it, like as a background image. It's nice. Like you could use it like behind a die cut flower, or I don't know, if you're doing animals or birds or something. It just adds that texture. Hopefully we can get this all through. And if it goes crooked, it's okay, it's a flower. Will anyone tell? No, because it's already crooked. So this set, the dies and the stamp set are not a bundle because it has been out a while. So what with Stampin' Up, like once a product has been out, say a little while, or after one catalog generally, the bundle is no longer in the sense, so you can purchase them separately. The advantage of purchasing as a bundle, so when it comes out, is you save 10% on in lieu of purchasing it individually. So that's what that is. All right, so let's excuse me, layer these flowers. And this guy kind of, you can see the shape there, but I don't think it matches. So we've got that. It's bits and bobs. So you may get a full image, it may cut in half, but because sometimes it breaks at that point because when I take all the bits out. The other image that comes in this stamp set is this one, and I have used it numerous times for backgrounds. It's great for one sheet wonders. It just creates that base layer. If you're stamping your own like one sheet wonder, it just creates a nice base layer. I want a long stamp clear block here. We are. So I'm going to be using soft sea foam on this. And just as a tip, if you have like a really bright color, so like parakeet patty, for me is quite a heavy color. You can tone it down by adding like a opposing in the monochrome, like so you got a bright green, and then add the soft sea foam. It's automatically just dulling it a bit, and I think then it doesn't seem as heavy if that is not you. I would say I'm not into the really strong like color palettes and things, but for me now I really like this card because I was able to tone it to my look or how I create. So I'm just adding a bit of this background. How cool does that look? So we're going to add that flower there. Thank you for sharing as well my video. I do appreciate it. I know some of you do share my videos very regularly, and I do appreciate that. So you just got to be a little patient when you take these off. There's lots of little bits. Get them all off. I tried to, but There's still some there. So what I do, I have very rarely used this in its entirety, but I've used it a lot, this leaf set, by cutting it. You don't have to use the stamp how it was, or a die how it was meant to be used. Now that I found was too, I think I cut most of it apart. Lift that, put that under. If you watched my class yesterday at Gigs, I showed you how I cut apart a stamp, and it just extended my use for that. So it's scary at the first, but once you do it, once you've found a new thing to do, because you get so much more use out of them if you can. Some things, and some sentiments I only want partial, so, and I might never use the other side. So I'm adding a couple here. Because these leaves are very pretty, but as it is, I wasn't getting much use out of them. So and there, I think it needs a couple here. Some longer. Just when you think you've got them all. You could put like parchment paper, like that helps with the take out, like baking paper. I don't do that. I just test my patience. And one on the left. And I do have a spare one if needed. So we've got the base piece done. I'm going to glue this designer series paper just at the base. Now this is how I combat the sizing of this die. So some of our dies, the largest die can be, it's the same with the deckled rectangles. You'll find it's not, that's not straight either. It's not made for like our size in that sense, our A4 card size. So if this it's not centered. If you can see that it's not centered. So you either bump it up or do something to make it look okay. Or now there's a few things you can do. Cut the card at this point a bit shorter. My other option is what I've done here. To just change it up a bit. Just put it a bit askew. Like at an angle. You can do that. And then it's not noticeable. Another way is like if you still want it that way, you can have it like this, have a base, and you can layer it like this. So then you have something it's sitting on. I've done a bit of a combination on this one like that, right? So you can still use that large die and on a regular size card. But if you wanted to use it like a straight matte layer, you could cut the card base down. Just some ideas for using those dies. It's the same with the Stitch with Whimsy one. So I was liberal with my dimensionals on this. I like texture, extra height. I just went with it all. So you could even put 2 there, and I might just put the end bits. It will hold, no issues. I just want it to be just flat on that end. Okay. If you are watching me on the Geeks Forum, please follow my page on Facebook. I do share lots of inspiration and videos and things. So love for you to be there, where I can inspire you and share with you some fun. And also my newsletter, you can subscribe. I'll be sharing a free tutorial this Sunday. I do that every week. Sometimes it's just that it might be a day delayed, but every week you get a tutorial, which I don't share anywhere else. And you also just keep up to date. It's just that it's coming into your inbox, so you know you don't miss anything. Sometimes Facebook, you can miss some things, you get so much stuff. Then okay, there's the special, there's celebration ending in a day. I better make an order so you don't miss out. All these things I'll remind you. Because I know I need to be reminded, and I sometimes wait till the last day to do something. Because I'm a procrastinator sometimes. No, I rephrase that. I work well under pressure. Did that sound better? Oh, my envelope went. Now, we're going to do some heat embossing. And then I will show you my little thing on my sentiment. And a fun way to use your scraps. So this happy birthday is a nice, just a straight happy birthday. And I've got fabulous use out of that one. This die is from the Labels Glow dies. So as the name suggests, it's labels in a variety of designs, and it actually got bits that you can die cut into piece of cardstock as well, the shapes. It was like a Christmas bundle, but I'm using it otherwise. It was the right size for this. So we're going to heat emboss this. The take a pick tool comes in handy sometimes when you've got those little bits right in there. And if I'm not shaky, I will get it done properly. Just like more the center bits there. Then we're just going to heat emboss that. I'll just give my heat gun a warm up. You can just see that changing. I always forget my tweezers. I'm so bad. Just burn myself while I'm... Just gonna do that from the front, just to avoid my fingers being burnt. Can do a bit of a fixer up there. And then we are going to add our little pleat at the base of that sentiment in Parakeet Party cardstock. So you need a fair bit of cardstock. I don't see how much we need, but I just pulled a whole strip of A4 on the side, like a full sheet, like a full side, I should say. And so I'm kind of going like, I'm just gonna just loosen those fibers up a bit so it's easy to fold using the bone folder. But I have a feeling I don't need it that wide, but it's okay. Let's go with it, and then we can cut bits off. Alright, so just add a bit of tear and tape towards the bottom of the sentiment panel. Right, so and I'm pressing it down so it's easy to remove that backing. So you see that now? So now trim that on the edge. Try it this way. Yes, that looks better. So now you're going to start it off like that. Just attach it to the back. Then you're going to just fold it back and forth. And you'll get your pleat happening. And this is the same principle as you would do for a ribbon, except this is easier because the paper doesn't move. And you've got a nice little thing at the bottom. This one, okay? So just a little bit of interest on that piece. I will run another piece of tear and tape on the top so it nicely secures it. And it's gonna keep that flat. So just go like that, and you're gonna get a nice pleat. Okay, now I've got a little, this is a tiny bit of cardstock. I'm just trying to build up that cardstock there, the sentiment, because when you're going to put dimensionals, it's just going to be quite a bit different in height, and that's what I'm trying to offset. And I would probably put another bit there, and again use a scrap. It's just gonna build up that side, that's all. Or not, we're not gonna put dimensional, sorry, beg your pardon, not on this, because it's already got, I might put on one side, but I'm just gonna cut another thin little bit. And we'll stick that down again over that. So then you're going to get that nice look there. Now this is quite heavy in the sense of built up. So I've got lots of dimensionals on that level. So you've got under that, plus on the base layer. So I need to kind of build my left side up with dimensionals. So I will put one lot just on the left. And because the pleats do make up for that, but I just need to, and then we'll glue the rest down. So it might still be a bit, how I would say, heavy, but this is a fully loaded card. I just love the look of the color, and against those colors looks really nice. You could go with Parakeet Party. I went with the Orchid Oasis. So that's card number 3. I'll just move that a bit to the left. What do you think? Are you liking it? And what's your favorite so far? Have you got a favorite? So again, just do the flower probably on the side. Our next card is I would say for the guys, but then I added pearls and, well, maybe may like it, guys may like it. Doesn't mean you can't give it to a guy. And it ran away, and I'm not looking for it. You know, it goes into Neverland there. Alright, so let's do this. And just add that as is. And that's all I'm going to do. And I will do the same on the inside, but I would add a basic white inside. Alright. Now the last card, number 4 of our cards today, is drum kit. So you can skip the pearls if you want to give it probably to a teenage boy, but I think it would make a great teenage card. The stamp set I'm using is Enjoy the Rhythm. It is in the annual catalogue, and it would go well with the new rock and roll suite, which will be on my next one. So drum kit, and we need the happy birthday. Yeah, it will be perfect with the rock and roll suite and the new kids collection one. For music lovers, perfect. So, dimensionals. That's not where you're meant to be. Alright, so your kit, you will get a pebbled path card base, a basic black Tahitian tied, a deckled circle die cut. This is a die cut using the Everyday Details dies. It is from the Winter Meadow Designer Series paper. So it's a Christmas paper, but the other side was neutral. And that carried over from our Christmas catalogue. And this is from the Radiating Stitches dies. Wild Wheat. And you'll get some pieces for your sentiment. Okay. We'll stamp our drum kit in basic black. Not basic black, tuxedo black. Basic black. Yeah. I'll get the symbols in. And we're going to do some coloring with stamping blends. Use stamping blends, use whatever colors you like. And I would say, if you don't like this blue, use another blue. It's just whatever you like. No, coloring is just really fun. Use watercolor pencils if that's your thing. So first up, I'm going to start with light Tahitian tide and color my drums. And it's a small image, so don't worry too much if you're going into other areas. It's going to be highly unlikely someone's going to get the magnifying glass out. I'm going to go with the dark now. And just follow those shading lines there. I'm going to start here with the dark. Going back with the light. And I might add a bit of dark Balmy Blue. So this is my blending color. I do want something to blend it in. Oh, I forgot my little snare there. Just a little bit up the top for shading with the dark Tahitian Tide. And go back with light. I'm going to go over this one with a bit of dark balmy. Just adds depth when you do this. Alright. For this, same thing. Dark balmy blue, dark Tahitian Tide on the sort of the corners. Light. Then I did the middle, that front bit in balmy blue. Let's see. Instead of leaving it white, I wanted some color on that. So if you're just joining me, you can get this card kit free. The 4 cards I'm making today. You'll get the kit free when you place an order of $90 by Monday, by the end of Monday. All the designer series paper, and you will also get the tutorial. So the tutorial itself I normally sell for $16. So that gets emailed to you, and I will mail you the card kit. So thank you for me. And plus at $90 you get a Sale-A-Bration reward, and you get my 2 tutorial bundles, which I am part of, a collaborative group. So there's over 50 to 60 tutorials there. So I'm going to use crumb cake, light crumb cake, just to color in the little sort of the metal bits, but I just chose that. And these are really tiny, so very hard to see maybe. I'll just go rough. So if you bump your order up to 150, remember at 180 you get stamping rewards if you want to go but to that level. But at 150, I'm going to include the pearls, which I used today. You're going to get the pearls for making your card, but at 150, you get the full pack. I will add that in. So those in colors are retiring this year. So I wanted to give it a bit of a farewell, because we every year we introduce 5 new ones. So at any given time, and they run for 2 years, so at any given time we have 10. So just go with crumb cake, just very light. I'm just adding some color. It's enough to just give it that a bit of shading. I am looking for, I'm going to color the rest in wild wheat. Yeah, it's just light wild wheat I'm using. So all these little, those brassy bits, I'm gonna go with wild wheat. I think I forgot this bit. It's hard. When you're coloring, you sort of go, oh, I missed that bit, I missed this bit. I might make that a bit darker. And with blends, if you leave it and like that, you can always go back and do it. and it makes it darker. Like I just did it, that looks better. Just go and add just a dot. And just fills in that, right? Now for the symbols, I use wild wheat because it's got that gold look about it. And then I added some pumpkin pie just for some shading. So it just gives you that extra tinge just across there. And we'll color in the bottom there, which I missed. So we've done our drums there. The next thing I'm going to work on is this circle. So I'm following the sketch at Freshly Made Sketches for this week. So this little piece, I like to do, like work on little pieces and do things with them. So there's always different interesting bits. We're going to do some masking on it. And you can't see much of it, but it is nice. It adds texture, it adds detail. So I'm bringing in the Artistic Mix Decorating Masks. And a blending brush. Oh, that looks perfectly colored page. I matched it. So take this mask. So you could do this with a piece of cardstock if you want, but I'm just using the mask I have, and it's tone on tone, wild wheat on wild wheat. Right. Then I'm going to add that. So just move it around. It's not in a particular fashion. I'm not inked up again. And then I'll do a lighter one sort of there. It's just me adding a bit of fun here. All right. So you can see a little bit of detail there. Next I'm going to get is this music score. So this stamp. And we're going to stamp that in Tuxedo Black. So in the first instance, I'm going to go center that. So I'll go with the first line, which we masked at the bottom. Just make sure that's right. Okay. Then I'm going to go with the treble clef just on this side. Then I'll do that side a bit. It's just going to be a bit of random. Alright. Next is our Tahitian. So we've got our 3 circles done. We're set to go. Next is Tahitian Tide. And I'm using another mask from the same set. It's the Artistic Mix Decorative Masks. And I'm going on the Tahitian Tide cardstock again, tone on tone. I want to just have it like on that angle, and it's just, I'm going in circular motion, so there's no sort of, it doesn't look like there's a finish line. So the center is going to get covered by the circle. And then I'll do that bit. And it's crooked because I probably held it crooked, but I'm okay. It's just the background, and maybe with this, oh well, let's do it again on the other side because it's picked up a bit of the yellow. Good lesson. Always use a clean sheet. Because it's, let's try and keep this straight. All right. Masking is a good and quick background creator. That works in our favor. Okay, still got a bit of yellow. It's probably on my brush, for all I know. All right. So this one is going to be on dimensionals. And I will put 4 because it's a larger circle. The decal circles I just got recently, and it's got heaps of circles on it. Like really large ones too. So put that one sort of bumpy towards the left a bit with the line. Now this one's going to sit on the right. You want to put your dimensionals on the right side it's sitting on. So it's not on that. And now again, with this one, I'll put 1 there and 2 on this side because that's already lifted, and I want 2 on this side to match the height. So I will put 1 under there so we can then layer our top one. And that's okay, that's going to get covered. So we can put that straight on. No, that's not what I meant to do. That goes there. And this will layer 2. Okay. And that. I just like that little piece. Let me show you. There's something about it. Now this is just some scrap. I'm using the Happy Birthday in Tuxedo Black. And so you've got 4 birthday cards. They're different, aren't they? And I'm going to just cut around it like freehand, but you know me, I can't cut a straight line. But let's see how we go. But it just lent to that sort of haphazard look of the teenage boy card, you know. Then we'll glue it onto this. And then I'll cut around it. And you can see that's a little bit crooked. I'm all right. Maybe that has a sentiment. We don't want that one. We'll glue these. I put the matte black. I felt it needed that. Which is that. Then the pebble part, I actually meant to pick, I think I meant to get grey granite, but in the night, when I was fiddling, I just picked the wrong color and I liked the pebble part, so it was okay. I go, oh, that's not grey granite. And it worked. I think pebble part's my favorite from the new in colors. Alright, now some dimensionals. Just going to add them there. I'm not too fast there. It's just going to stick like that. Okay. At this point, you can, if you want embellishments, you could put, like I sort of ones, you could put those rustic metallic dots as well. Excuse me. So this is our last card, and if you to place an order, I will have the product list for you. Just to place an order, you can do it online, or you can get in touch with me. My phone is 0404 255 001. You can shop anywhere in Australia, or you can email me. Just make sure your order's done by end of Monday so you can get the freebies. If you're unsure what to order, of course, I can help you. I know it can get overwhelming. We do have our catalogs, but there's also an online only section, like a online exclusives range. Now, you don't have to order that online, but you just need to view that online. So check that out. All right, so card 4 done. All done. It sounded like telling a kid, all done. Okay, let's just do a recap. So kit will include all designer series paper, all your embellishments you needed to make the card, and cardstock, embossed pieces, extra, etc. So these are our 4 cards. First card, seemed ages ago, but that was the Circle Sayings bundle. Daisies, the Artistically inked, and our music card, drum kit. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you need any help, please get in touch with me. I look forward to catching up with you at 2:30 for my Sale-A class in the classroom at Geeks. Thank you everyone for your time, and I shall see you later. Enjoy your Australia Day. Bye bye.